Hello and thank you for watching this video. This video has been made to prove my proficiency in speaking for the course PPLI06. And just to rephrase, this is for the speaking part of my English portfolio. I didn't know what I wanted to make a video about because it had to be related to international food business. At least that's what Taco recommended. Um, but then I came across something interesting. Sony wanted to patent something that would change commercials, I think, forever in 2019. Sure, that's a long time ago. They've since dropped this project. However, I think it's interesting to at least talk about it because it does have some interesting concepts and could change the way we view commercials if it were implemented. This does relate back to international food business because 11 out of 19, on average at least, commercials that come on TV are related to food, either promoting the business, McDonald's, Coca Cola, or the product itself, also Coca Cola, or something new like spaghetti or pizza. Um, Usually I can give a presentation in class, and then I have a beamer with slides. However, I'm at home right now, so I can't. But in my portfolio, I provided some context. So, figure number one. What can we see there? It's somebody watching TV, and then a commercial for McDonald's comes on. He just says McDonald's, and the show continues instead of showing the whole ad. This is what Sony wanted to patent. So a way that you can still enjoy what you're watching and get a commercial but not have to sit all the way through it. There are a few problems with this. One is if you pay for airtime, you probably want everyone to see it and pay attention to the commercial. But I think this also brings up another problem, as there are a lot of people who will speedrun this, because I know people would do this because I would do this. Eventually, you would recognize the commercials, and because you only have to say which company it is for the commercial to skip, you would just try to remember which commercial is by which company. This creates a problem because either people will just go McDonald's, Subway, Coca Cola, Intertoys, something interesting, or just the company name, just get through it. But will the when you're watching TV, will the TV catch up? It's not like if you're watching a soccer game and it's halftime and the commercials come on. It's not like, oh, somebody switched through all the commercials and now you'll have to start playing again because someone wants to watch the rest of the game. That would already create a logistical problem. Not only that, I think it would also create a problem for the people making the commercials, because you eventually you would want to make it as vague as possible. You eventually wouldn't want someone to immediately know what kind of product you're selling, because then they would skip the whole ad. But this could also create an opportunity to make more fun commercials, like the old Jack in the Box commercials. It was the mascot Jack just going around doing funny stuff. It was fun to watch, therefore you would not skip the commercial. This doesn't mean that this cannot work. This probably means that because of these problems, it could not work in TV because they wanted to do it for the Samsung TV. It could not work for television. However, for other platforms such as YouTube or maybe even Netflix, because Netflix so about 2 years ago was thinking about maybe adding commercials in their service, which sort of depreciated the service because you have Netflix so you don't watch commercials. However, if this could be implemented, you could still in theory skip the commercials and then it could still work. However, as you can see in figure number two, it becomes more interactive. People will interact with their device, and that will interact with the network, and then you'll watch your show again. I think this could have been a very big step in commercial advertising because it's interactive. It engages the viewer in a completely different way. It gets you have a whole new chance for a completely different connection. Sure, there are a lot of problems with this. Like I said, how could you make sure they catch up? Would you have to make deals with different channels to maybe provide a quicker service for the people who skip the commercials quickly? However, now we've come a long way since 2013 when they gave up this project. Now we have different platforms and different stuff, and there that could work. There are even sometimes ads in video games that you can't skip, those annoying pop-up ads. Those could be fixed by implementing this. I don't think Sony will release this patent if it would ever come to light that this would be a new way of looking at pop-up ads or maybe ads in services in streaming services. Plus, again, a lot of people mocked it for being a bit ridiculous because it's weird to have to announce a company. If I see a commercial for McDonald's and I don't want to see the ad, just shout in an empty room, McDonald's. Could come off as a bit weird. However, I think this opens up a whole new channel of, well, consumer to producer relations. I think they can interact more because it's an interactive experience. You could even make a whole game out of it, and that's way more fun than listening to the same pop-up ad for the 15th time just because you want to watch a YouTube video or you want to watch a Netflix show or even games on your phone. You just want to go to the next level. I wanted to make this video just to voice my opinion about this patent because I do think there's potential in it, and I think it's actually it saddens me that they gave up on this project because I did think it had a lot of potential, even though it might seem weird at first. You can even argue the point that it does have a mental payoff. You want to usually you want a commercial to play a long time so people get comfortable with it, get familiar with it, and it sort of subliminally gets into their mind. However, I would argue that saying the company's name out loud is a pretty direct way of making sure that they, well, get the link between the two, between the product and the company itself. Plus, I find it interesting that they mainly talked about using it in television and not the other networking opportunities that you could see in Figure 2. But I think this could be a next step. I think this is a project worth reopening, and I hope that Sony will maybe go back through their own history and rethink this one. I hope I hope it was interesting to listen to, and thank you for listening.